Hey guys, it's Mrs. Dewar back with part 4 in our 4-part series involving word problems and applications. The first video we did was translating the verbal phrase into an equation and solving. The second part was finding two numbers using let statements. Part 3 was solving word problems involving consecutive integers. And part 4 was solving word problems involving formulas. Today's video is part 4 and we're going to focus on that fourth type. So let's get started. An example that you would use a formula for: the length of a rectangle is 3 less than twice the width. The perimeter is 72 inches. Find the length. So the first thing we're going to do is think about what formula would apply for this question. And you should notice that they tell us the perimeter is 72. So perimeter means add up all the sides. And in the case of a rectangle, it would be twice the length plus twice the width. So we'll get to that in just a second. Now let's write a let statement regarding the length and the width of this rectangle. The width is the one that we don't know anything about, so I'm going to start with that and call it x. The length, they give us some information. They say it's 3 less than twice the width. So 3 less than means minus 3. And twice the width means 2x. So it's 2x minus 3. So we're going to call our width x, and we're going to call our length 2x minus 3. Now, again, the perimeter means add up all the sides. So the formula to use is twice the length plus twice the width, because this is a rectangle. So now let's just sub in our values. 2 times the width is going to be 2 times x, and 2 times the length is going to be 2 times the quantity, 2x minus 3. And the perimeter is 72. So to solve this, we've got to do a few things here. The first thing I want to do is distribute the 2. And that will help us eliminate the parentheses. Now I want to look at like terms. Notice how the 2x and the 4x are like terms, so we're going to combine those and make them 6x and bring down everything else. This will give us a 2-step equation. Next, I add 6 to both sides to eliminate those 6's. And then the last thing I'm going to need to do is divide both sides by 6. So I get x by itself equals 13. Now we called x the width, so it looks like our width is 13. Now let's take that 13 and we're going to replace the x in the length, and we'll figure out 2 times 13 is 26 minus 3 is 23. So this rectangle has a width of 13 and a length of 23. I want to examine our answers a little bit. So going back to the original question, we got the width is 13 and the length is 23. So let's take a look at what a rectangle would look like with those dimensions. Now, perimeter means add up all the sides. So you know that in a rectangle, the opposite sides are the same. So I'm just going to fill those in. And then you just add them all together. 23 plus 13 plus the other 23 plus 13 again. And it should equal 72. So if you add those all up, you find out that it does, and you know we got the right answer. Now I want to check one last thing here. It does say the length of a rectangle is 3 less than twice the width. So just want to check that and make sure that that works. So the width is 13, and twice the width would be 26, and then 3 less than that would be 23. And that is what we got for our length. So that part works as well. So I just wanted to check and examine our answer. Here's another one, and if you'd like to try it by yourself, go ahead and pause the video. If not, you can just keep watching and work along with me. This one says find the length of a rectangle if the width is 45 centimeters and the perimeter is 114 centimeters. Find the length means that's the one we don't know, so that's the one we're going to give we're going to call the variable. So let's write our let statement. We've got our length, we're going to call it x. And we actually do know the width this time, so we don't need a let statement for that. But let's set up our equation using the same formula. Now, twice the width would be 2 times the width, which is 45. And then twice the length would be 2 times the length, which we called x. And the perimeter is given to us, 114. And let's just make that 2 times 45, 90, and bring down everything else. Now we have a 2-step equation. So we're going to subtract 90 to eliminate the 90s. and just do the math on the right. And now divide by 2. And that's going to get rid of the 2's for me, and I'm going to get x equals 12. And that's what we called our length, so that works out just fine. And we're going to examine that answer, of course, like we did the last one. We got the length is 12. So take a look at a rectangle where the width is 45 and the length is 12. And remember, the opposite sides are always the same. Now, if you were going to add these together, we're supposed to get 114. So if you quick add up those numbers on the left, you find out that we do in fact get 114, so we know our answer works. So that'll wrap up section 4 of our 4-part series. Check out the unit that goes along with this video by clicking the link below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.